that energy. I need that energy. Hey, give me that energy. I need that energy. Hey, give me that energy. I need that energy. Hey, give me that energy. I need that energy.
We're logged in. We is back again. Another episode of Above the Multiverse, ladies and gentlemen. If you have been watching, you know what we're about. I'm Adrian Blest.
I'm Avery Harden.
And, you know, we talk about things on this podcast.
Man.
Different things.
Man. Well,
Today,
where do we start?
Today.
It's just, where do we start?
We built this podcast off of Marvel, you know?
Where do we start?
And X-Men. Let's just jump into X-Men because we just watched X-Men.
Okay, all right.
There's a lot. Okay, if you're new to this podcast, I just want to set this up because, you know, sometimes we're getting new viewers, sometimes we're getting, you know, old viewers, people that have been around for a long time. Avery and I are both super into hip-hop. We both rap. We both make music. You know, I'm into comedy. Do we talk about comedy? We're into sports, you know, talk about sports. Mm-hmm. And, you know, Marvel. We built this on Marvel. We talk about Marvel stuff, right? Movies, TV shows.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different stuff. So if you're into that, you know, stick around. But we built this on Marvel.
Yeah.
And X-Men, we have to talk about this episode of X-Men because this might be the best written Marvel thing that's ever happened. I don't know. It's insane, dude. I don't know if it's because... I don't know if the writing is this good because the writer is that good or because X-Men is just that good of a story. And, like, it gives them the opportunity to write something this good. Because, like, whoever created the X-Men, I don't know who created the X-Men. And maybe Stanley, I'm not sure, I don't think so. But whoever made it is genius, dude. It's so fucking genius. It's such a great, like, metaphor of, like, you know, genocide and racism and just so much shit, dude. It's crazy. It connects so much real world stuff to
the creativity is wild. I mean, I enjoy it, man. Like I said, I before everybody knows, if you've been watching, I'm not a big X-Men fan. I didn't jump on the X-Men trail. This is literally me being new to X-Men, and honestly, man, the stories are great. The stories are amazing. I like watched the old live action X-Men, and I thought they were really good. And then this storyline is freaking phenomenal.
Yeah.
And they really hit it out of the ballpark when the dude was like, "Oh, y'all ain't even know about what did he say? Y'all
Oh, so after episode 5, which was the craziest episode of this new X-Men 97, which is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That episode went crazy. People were like, everyone was raving about it, and then the writer of it said, this is just like my tester kind of thing. This ain't even my best writing. You know, wait till we get to the season finale stuff, which is episode 8, 9, and 10.
Yeah.
So today was episode 8.
Which 8 was phenomenal.
Fucking crazy, dude.
It showed me, like, you know what's crazy, man? Let's just say this. Let's just talk about the elephant in the room. Magneto is that guy.
Oh, I mean,
he's that guy.
He's been that guy.
He's that guy. Like I hate the way they painted him in the old live action ones because he's like an old ass, like, you know what I mean? I know he's very powerful.
You don't get the depth of who he is as a character.
Yes, but this Magneto in the X-Men, the 97,
dude,
bro, this joint is crazy. Like he's so G, like, you know what I mean? Like he, first of all, this dude, he survived the
and G stands for Genosha, right?
Huh?
G stands for Genosha.
Yeah. So first of all, he survived the big battle that they try to kill this man, and he survived, right? Second of all, when he survives, they have this man hanging like Jesus on a cross, like in the X cross, but they have him hanging, and bro, the bad dude Bastion is like, "Oh, so you ain't gonna say nothing?" This G ain't say nothing. He ain't say nothing to not one word. He there. He just like, all right.
The only word that he said was at the end of the episode.
Oh yes. He's like enough.
Yeah.
That's the whole
cakes
episode.
are part of the whole
34 minutes. This nigga said enough and shut down everything in the world. That's crazy, bro. So that's the thing, man. Like so in my eyes, in my opinion, like in the live action, they did a really good job of painting Xavier to be like, oh, the savior of X-Men.
Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah.
This one,
Magneto is the savior.
Magneto is the savior, and Xavier is a punk.
Okay, so real quick,
in my eyes, Xavier can get punched in the face.
So real quick,
nigga dipped on his. Nigga, like, how you gonna dip on your kids for some coochie.
Yeah,
that nigga dipped on his kids for. I know he came back, but nigga, he dipped out on his kids for some coochie. They needed that nigga. He wasn't there.
The original
Magneto was that nigga.
Yeah, the original story, like they based like Magneto and Xavier off of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, and like the civil rights movement is like the X-Men stuff, right?
Yeah,
that's kind of what it was. So like Magneto's like the more extremist, like we're gonna do this and like there's no saving us. We just got to start our own community. We got to do our own thing and like that. You know, where Magneto or where Xavier's like trying to like be like we could all live together in peace and harmony and all this stuff, right? So that's where they differ, and that's where it's like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, which is crazy.
I mean,
but then now I'm seeing it. I'm like Malcolm X is right.
Yeah,
like the whole
because
you gotta be a little extreme, dude.
As much as Xavier is trying to do. It's like, bro, y'all don't like even when I saw the breakdown, he was talking about that planet thing that he built,
Genosha or Meteor X or whatever.
And then they blew it up.
Yeah,
it's like. Oh, and Genosha. It's like,
Genosha,
bro, he's trying to get away from y'all. All right, cool. Y'all don't want us here? Fine. Boom. Let's get away from y'all.
And then still come
it's
after
like,
him.
now I'm like, all right, Magneto, go crazy.
Yeah.
Go crazy. I don't care anymore. Go crazy. Go crazy. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, in that sense of like the story, that is sick to me. And I me personally, like, I'm not a big fan of the animations. In my opinion, I like live action.
Oh yeah.
No, I like live action more than animation. This animation is good, but I'm saying like I like live action more, and I would love for this to be live action. But I get it. It is what it is. But yeah, man.
It almost makes it kind of cool. It's probably way cheaper for them to do animation than
for sure, because you got hella
because like think of all the things that they do in this show. That's so cool. Like there's so many good fucking just like powers, scenes. Like for example, Nightcrawler, we finally got the first like taste of what it is to be sucked through Nightcrawler's like portal as he's teleporting. It seems so quick and you just see like a smoke, you know, but now you're seeing it like he's stretching time and space and he's going through a portal. Like that was so dope, dude. And the way he's just so G about it, like he's just like looking forward, like he's pulling X-Men or Wolverine through, and Wolverine's like getting stretched, like what the fuck's going on, and Nightcrawler's just looking back, like all right, where are we going? Like, you know, just ready, like just to the next spot. Boom, boom, boom.
That was dope. That was
sick, dude. Nightcrawler's so sick. But yeah, it's just, dude, everyone's powers are sick. Everyone's getting their moment. Wolverine had his moment where he was just fucking ripping people up. That shit was so dope.
Him and Nightcrawler. Hey.
That was one of the best scenes of all time. I think was Nightcrawler and Wolverine fighting, and just it was so sick.
I'm a fan.
Nightcrawler with his 3 swords. Like he had 3 swords, one in his tail, and like he's just fucking people up, dude.
Because
it was crazy.
I mean, like I said, I only watched the older live action, and I think he appeared a little bit. I don't think he did a lot, but like he wasn't a punk, but he wasn't really dominant like he is right now in this animation. So to see him in this animation is like, yo, like he is that dude.
I have a comic book where it's like a newer comic book where I forgot what happens, but like basically all the mutants are like gone, and so he becomes a new Spider-Man.
Oh, word?
Because so he wears like a Spider-Man suit, and he fights crime like Spider-Man, and he tries to be like a street level kind of like superhero. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool comic. But yeah, he's in there you kind of get to see like how strong he is and how dope he is. Yeah, it's pretty dope. It's pretty cool.
Speaking of Spider-Man.
Oh, speaking of Spider-Man, dude. Okay, so this is what I was gonna tell you when we were watching the episode. So as we're watching the episode, okay, this episode just jam-packed full of stuff, bro. It's amazing. But Magneto, he goes up to the top of the world and he's just like, enough. Shuts down the whole entire fucking world with his powers.
Crazy.
It's so sick.
Crazy. So
sick.
So G. But, so G, like this, like, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
This man, like, I'm just saying, like, this man, like, he could have just went up to the Bastion dude. He could have went up to Sinister and, like, pieced him up. This nigga went to the North Pole and was like, enough.
Yeah,
and just shut it down, bro. That's crazy.
Where his powers are the strongest. It's so crazy.
That's great. Like, you know, it went through the whole world. Like, I don't know if you saw the episode, but it went through the whole entire planet.
Yes.
And shut every electronic off.
Yeah.
That's wild. But go ahead when you talk about Spider-Man.
It's crazy. No, while he was doing that, it was showing the ripple effect going through all of Earth, and it passed through Spider-Man, like in New York, right? And you see Spider-Man flipping, and he stops and he looks and he's like, "What the fuck's going happening?" Right? But what's cool about that moment is that in the original X-Men, 92 to 95 series, he Spider-Man was never allowed to be in it because he was owned by someone else. So he wasn't allowed to be in the cartoon. I don't think, right? I don't know if it was that's why. I think that's why, but whatever. He was never in the actual cartoon. They only showed his arm. In one little scene, they show his arm like kind of shooting out web, so you know it's him, but they don't show Spider-Man, right? But then Spider-Man had his own animated cartoon, and the X-Men were in his cartoon, but Spider-Man was never in X-Men. Gotcha. This was a cool little moment for people like me who pay attention to that shit, where I'm like, oh, he's finally in the X-Men show. Like Spider-Man's in there, so that was cool. Also on cameos, one, Silver Samurai, dope as fuck. That was a cool little cameo. Another one. The biggest one, probably. Doctor Doom, officially in the MCU, guys. Doctor Doom's there. We've seen, like, everyone's been looking for him, little hints, little Easter eggs. People are like, oh, is that Doctor Doom? Is that Doctor Doom? Finally, we get him. He's talking about being Doctor Doom, and just, you know, it's fucking dope. Even though it's animated and you just see his face, the fact that we just saw his face, I'm like, all right, cool. They know that he's there. And he's coming. Doctor Doom's going to be there eventually. So that's sick. I mean, it was
Speaking
cool.
of Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
Speaking of Doctor Doom, this is kind of like a off topic, just real quick, just to throw it in there. Our boy's been in good graces.
Jonathan Majors?
He has been in good graces. Him and Megan Good, they've been good.
I mean, there's been no talk about it. There's been no news about him or anything.
That's what I'm saying.
Is he out in public? Is he doing stuff? Have you seen
he's out happy. Him and Megan Good are like taking pictures all laffy daffy. I seen like Shady Room post him.
Oh, really?
And they were like all happy and, you know, posted.
Interesting.
And one of the cases, I think, got dismissed or something like that. So
maybe Marvel's just waiting for it to calm down, and then
Kang.
I mean, they haven't. I've seen like I don't know. I don't think they're getting rid of Kang, the character. So if Jonathan Majors comes back, that'd be fucking awesome.
But anyways, I just said that because if Kang's gone, Doctor Doom is gonna pop up. But both of them would be cool. I don't care.
Yeah, no, we need both. We need both. I need to see Kang finish out stuff, and then next saga, that's Doctor Doom and X-Men and stuff.
But he's. I mean, he looks like he's doing good.
Speaking on Marvel stuff, if we're talking about just overall picture stuff, now that I'm thinking about it, this saga has been kind of weird and like, you know, but we've gotten a lot in this saga so far. I think they just gotta have like some sort of little conclusion, and then let's just jump to like, let's finish the Kang stuff. Let's just like get this out of the way, blah blah, and then like open up X-Men are gonna be here. Open up the, you know, Doctor Doom's gonna be here. Fantastic Four are gonna be here, and then that will start a new saga, and we'll just like start with X-Men and Fantastic Four and move forward from there. And then this little weird phase we'll just kind of forget about, you know?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they're gonna do us.
I feel like that'd be the way to do it.
They're gonna do us like they're gonna treat us like Tiamat. They're gonna leave us. They're gonna leave us in the earth. They're gonna leave us in the earth.
On some, if we're talking about Marvel general news, right? A lot of stuff has been coming out about Captain America, not Winter Soldier, Brave New World, which is the one with Red Hulk and the one with the new Falcon, and they've been showing a lot of stuff. I've been seeing things post from it because I feel like it's getting closer where they're working on promotion now, right? So leaks have come out from McDonald's of like the ads that they're gonna have for Brave New World with Falcon and with like with the new Falcon, Jaime Torres and stuff, and Winter Soldier and the new Captain America. This guy, where is he at? Anthony Mackie. Yeah, the greatest actor of all time.
Why did you say that?
So yeah, Mackie, I have Captain Falcon up there.
Free World 313.
But yeah, so this is all leading up to great stuff because now you're talking about battle rap, and we're gonna talk about some rap and stuff. So yeah, okay.
We're
gonna talk about this next, but let's just summarize what we just talked about, right? X-Men was dope. Episode 8, fucking great. I can't wait till the next episode. Wolverine's dope. Magneto's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
The new Sentinel stuff is crazy. There's some crazy shots in there that I was like blown away by, like creepy ass shots where Rogue was in bed, and even laying in bed, Rogue is still fine. Gotta throw that out there. And then, dude, just everything about this episode was good. Cyclops was a fucking cornball. He's a dad as fuck. His writing is so corny and it's so funny.
Summers. Yeah. Give him a taste of the summers.
What the summers are like or something.
That was terrible.
Even his voice is just like corny and funny. But it's like on purpose, right? So it's good. I like it. It's funny, and then just everything about it was great. But okay, let's talk about the big news. The big news, the thing that everyone wants to talk about, the one thing that everyone has been talking about, the thing that Avery and I probably think about every day for the
last... Drake, it's been 2 days! Where you at, my boy? Where you at, my boy? Everybody was trying to talk about Kendrick. Oh, Kendrick, it took him blah days to blah days. No, where you at, Drake? They say you got a banger. Where's that? We want to see the nuclear bomb.
According to academics, it's 7 calendar days.
Dude, I don't want to hear none of that. Oh, man.
He has to readjust his verse.
Kendrick, no, we here. Where you at, Drake? Where you at, Drake? And then don't get me wrong, man. Listen, I love this. I was telling this dude the other day, man. This is a beautiful thing for hip hop right now.
So
you understand everything about rap right now? It's about real rap. And I'm on Kendrick's side, but Drake is rapping. He's spitting. He is really rapping. So I'm happy. I love it. I can't wait for Drake to drop again. So I'm loving this, bro. And then, hey, hold on. Before we continue,
I'll let you. Let him cook.
Do you guys understand why? No, now you understand. No, you have to understand now why my guy, J. Cole, had to just bow out. Kendrick and Drake hate each other. J. Cole does not hate either one of those dudes. So what does he do? Yo, you know what? My bad, bro. I really wanted to rap, but I see what type of time y'all on. So I'm out of here.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's like a friendly fade, right? Like if you got a friendly fade with one of your homeboys, it's like, all right, we're gonna jab it out.
Kendrick said that it's a friendly fade.
And then you see your homie throwing a friendly fade with another homie, and like one of them niggas pull out a gun or a knife. I'm like, I thought we was just like homie fighting.
I thought we were just
like, you know what I mean?
Shit,
because right now it's getting real. And I think Josie texted me. It was like, she's like, oh, you think Drake's gonna respond? I'm like, hell yeah! Like it's about to get ugly.
Yeah,
it's about to get real ugly. Like
so, I want to before you get too deep in it, right?
It's about to get real ugly, bro.
Before you get too deep in it, for those who watch this just for the Marvel shit, for those who watch this just for the the movie shit. For those who are watching us for the hip hop stuff, you might already know about this stuff, but. For example, I go to work and I'm like, hey, did you guys hear the new Kendrick song? And they're like, oh, Kendrick put out a song, right? So there's a lot of people who don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
In this hip hop world, it is the biggest thing in the fucking world for us. I think to us it is Magneto wiping the whole earth, with his powers.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't know what's going on. So I'm gonna add some context real quick. Just go ahead.
Before you ask context, I just want to say, do yourself a favor and go to this YouTube channel called What's the Dirt. This dude is amazing.
Shout out What's the Dirt.
When he breaks down all these beefs and why they are actually beefing.
Yeah, I'm not going to get as deep as
it gives you so many like layers. So, but Dre's going to probably
I'm going to give you a brief summary, right? Which is funny because me and Kat the other day, I was like, that's my if I was a superhero, I would be the summarizer like that. And I'd show up and they're like, oh, he's here to save the day. And I'm like, all right, so this is what happened and then this is what happened. And, anyways, that's what I do. But so yes, okay, guys. Long story short, Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick are the 3 greatest rappers of our time, and they have been since we were in high school.
Yeah, probably like 2011.
2008, 2009, 2010. Like, they've been running shit this whole entire time. It's always been that battle. Drake.
Oh, no. Drake came out 2009. Kendrick, I think, came out around, like, 2011. That's when, that's when he first popped up.
Yeah.
Popped, okay. And then
he was on Drake's album.
Not the first one. He was on.
That was the first time I ever heard him was on Drake's album.
Take Care.
At the end of that song.
Take Care. Yeah. So they were all bubbling at that same time.
Yeah.
And then Wale was in that class.
And
Kid Cudi, Wiz was in that class.
Kendrick on tour and stuff like that.
So they were all bubbling at that time.
But okay, so that's super far back. But now they're all at the top of their game, right? Kendrick, J. Cole, Drake. They're all at the top. This has been a battle, and essentially, if you guys don't know, Drake and J. Cole became like good friends, and they went on tour together. They made a song together, and that song was fucking good. It was great. When that song came out, I remember how hyped me and Avery were, dude. That's why this has been, I keep looking back at these key moments in our like life where these things kept happening, and how excited you and I were at every one of these moments, right? So it's like Drake and J. Cole put out that song First Person Shooter, and it was amazing. And there was like some talk of like, J. Cole kind of bringing up Kendrick, like, hey, we're the big 3, we're the biggest ones, we've been that, kind of giving everyone props. And apparently Drake and Kendrick don't really fuck with each other like that, right? And I think J. Cole's just stuck in the middle somewhere. I think he's just there.
Because Cole and Kendrick are good friends. Yeah.
So I think that it's like you're friends with someone, they're friends with someone, but they're not friends with each other, right? So that's how it is. But regardless, so then, that song comes out. We think it's all gravy. Everything's cool. Kendrick's been quiet. No, nothing's happening. Out of nowhere.
Wait. I want to say this as well, though. First person shooter comes out. I think did Mr. Morale drop before or after?
Before that. Mr. Morale dropped before that.
So in the eyes of me, I'm not going to speak for everybody else, but in the eyes of me, Kendrick drops Mr. Morale, and he's already solidified top 3. But he drops Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, and it's like, oh, okay, he's still on his like conscious vibe. He not even worried about that. Then Drake
making art. And
Drake and J. Cole drop first person shooter mode. I'm like, ooh, all right, I'm hyped. Let's get it. But there was no shots. Not even.
It was just
I didn't even think.
It was just rap.
I didn't even think about it. I was just like, oh yeah, they're the big 3. Like, Kendrick knows he's the top. He's just not in it right on that part. And in my eyes, Kendrick and Drake aren't cool. So yeah, it makes sense for J. Cole and Drake to rock with each other.
J. Cole and Drake at the time are very in the. The one thing that I keep thinking about too is like how Kendrick in this new song we'll get to is he talks about the fame shit, right? And it's J. Cole and Drake are very in the public eye of things, right? In the J. Cole's popping up, he's doing the marketing thing, he's promoting, he's doing the thing that you're supposed to do as a rapper and like promote yourself and be in the public eye and be the celebrity and be the thing, right? Where Drake is on that on another level, where Drake is just everything he does is pop culture, everything he is, everything he says, everywhere he's at, anywhere, like he is always in the public eye, famous, super famous, right? Wants to be famous, doing the fame thing. Where Kendrick, he don't really care about that stuff. He just makes music, and that's always the artist that I've always wanted to be. Like Kendrick is what I've always wanted to be. Like where I'm like, I don't want to be famous like Drake. I just want to be respected for my music and people fuck with me, right? So I think that's where Kendrick's at. So Kendrick, even though he's big, he's not that level of Drake big because Drake's seeking the public fame. And Kendrick doesn't really care about that stuff.
Yeah, Kendrick is as big as Drake.
He is.
But he doesn't have to do what Drake does.
He doesn't have to do it, the stuff. Yeah, and that's true. He doesn't have to do the stuff, right? So that's where it kind of got slippy. So anyways, song comes out, J. Cole, Drake, they're on Instagram every day. They're on tour together. We're seeing it all the time. They come out with this song. They come out with the video, blah, blah, blah. Right? Everyone's hyped on it. Kendrick's, raising his son, doing his thing.
Yes.
And then out of nowhere, a nuclear bomb.
I was at a show.
If you guys watch the thing about our podcast, right? It's a lot of different things, right? But I connect them all, right? I connect X-Men to the hip hop shit, to the NBA finals, to the fucking UFC, right? This is all connected. That's why I love this podcast. This is like Genosha, bro.
Yeah.
If you're watching X-Men and like you're just watching X-Men, you're like living in this peaceful harmony when everyone's just good and like, whoa, look at this nice mutant planet that we're all just living on. This is great. And then out of nowhere, a fucking giant sentinel head comes through and destroys and kills millions of people. That was Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar came out of nowhere with like that remix.
Yeah.
And or not even remix, just the song, right? With Future and Metro Boomin, and drops this verse that everyone was just like, what the fuck just happened, dude? A nuclear bomb just went off, named Kendrick Lamar, and it's fucking crazy. What just happened? It sets off this chain of events, which honestly, I look back to, I saw someone say that Cat Williams set the tone for 2024 because he came out talking shit about everyone, and it's been 2024's been wild ever since, right? So it's the year of the beef. Everyone's having beef now because of this. It's crazy. Literally even like I posted yesterday, Oscar De La Hoya and Canelo are having beef and talking shit to each other, and I was like, what is going on, dude? This is crazy.
Freaking Chris Brown,
and Quavo, dude. It's wild. It's madness right now, dude. But it's great.
What's crazy?
It's great.
You know what's crazy? I don't pay attention a lot to what's going on in my city, but there's like beef happening in like Vegas. Like there's, I don't know, somebody was talking about somebody else, and I'm like, what?
I think it's just
and I see something. Shout out my boy Cam Archer. I see something Cam Archer said. Somebody he's like don't test me or something like that. And I'm like, what's going on?
Cam. I saw Cam.
He said something about somebody said something about the IE. And
I saw that. I saw that.
What is happening, bro?
I saw that. Cam's like, someone test me, dude. Someone test me because I will drop something right now. And honestly, don't test Cam. Yeah,
Cam's crazy.
Hey, Cam. I've shown you love a lot before. You are so good at rapping, bro. I'm not like anyone that's trying to go against Cam is dangerous, bro. Like, that's so dangerous. Do not do that.
That's why I was like interested.
I was hyped on that too. I was like, I hope Cam has beef, dude, because I want to see what he's gonna drop because he's gonna destroy someone. Anyways, but yeah,
so much beef
happening. Okay, so Kendrick drops and it's just like a nuclear bomb, dude. Everyone's talking about it. Kendrick shuts down the fucking internet. Everyone's just like, dude, what the fuck just happened? I listened to it 100 times.
Yeah.
Fucking when this stuff happens, dude, which is great. I tell people this, that people who are out of the loop who don't know, I'm like, you guys don't understand how dope this is because like a song like this drops, Avery calls me, Jawan calls me, Ant's texting me, like we're all in this like group text, we're like talking about it. It's just wild, dude.
Yeah,
it's a wild time.
Group chats are turned up, like our group chat and then with Stevie and Jawan.
Yeah, oh my god,
like it's just a lot happening, bro.
It's
like,
just people are going crazy over this thing,
and we're
right?
Analyzing and crazy, bro. It's crazy.
So like that comes out, and it's basically just Kendrick dissing Drake and kind of a little bit of J. Cole.
Like it's crazy because shout out to Kendrick, bro, because how you get on somebody else's album and nobody knows one other song on that album.
Yeah.
But that one, and they only know your lyrics.
Yeah, and I literally fast forward to his part. I don't listen
know
to the song.
Any other song that Metro Boomin and Future have.
Yeah,
I don't know any other lyric.
Yeah,
I only know Future saying like, oh, yeah, like that.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Yeah,
and then
that's where I started. And then
everything else is Kendrick. Is like that's crazy to do.
Yeah.
You come on somebody's album, pause. You come on somebody's album and you are the focal point of the whole album.
Yeah.
There are two other guys that have this album and multiple people on this album.
No one cares about any of it.
Yes, that's crazy. That's insane, bro.
That's the thing, right? That's where this whole debate kind of goes kind of crazy with everyone because it's like there's the Drake fans who are the people in like who are into Drake and who've been following him. They're like, he's the best. But then it's like, look at the power that Kendrick has, dude.
Yeah.
He goes away and he drops one verse and it's my favorite quote, and he said it before. Jay-Z, I think, originated it, but he says it's funny how one verse can fuck up the game.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because that's exactly what Kendrick has the power to do. One verse fucks up the game, and he's done it twice, right? And so it's one of those things where he dropped one verse, it fucked up the game, and now everyone's in fucking. They're in. It's a madness, dude. Yeah. It's madness. Everyone went crazy now. So then, all right, let's. We'll keep going. We're gonna keep going. Kendrick, right, drops that verse. We're like, what the fuck is happening? He's talking shit about Drake. This is crazy. We know Drake's gonna respond.
I want to talk about this part.
Okay.
Kendrick drops like that. It takes Drake like 4 weeks to respond.
Was it 4 weeks?
3 or 4 weeks,
I think it was a couple weeks, maybe 2 weeks.
Nah, it was a while,
okay,
bro. Like we were sitting there and Drake was being a little Instagram thotty, like posting freaking things, and everybody's like, oh, I can't wait for Drake to drop. I have the timeline. Cole dropped before Drake did.
That's true. That's true.
I'm saying, bro.
And apologize before Drake did.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. But
Cole dropped before Drake did. And the fact of the matter is, when Drake dropped, sorry, I know we go fast forward a little bit. I know when Drake dropped,
on timelines,
he literally dropped. And as soon as he dropped, everybody was like, "Oh, where's Kendrick? Where's Kendrick?" Yeah. It's like, bro, you just dropped, bro. Yeah. Like, I think Mace and Cameron was saying something. I don't know if it was their beef or something, but it took like Mace a whole year to drop a diss from somebody else.
Oh, really?
And it's like, bro, like, I get it. Like, it's a microwavable time, but like, bro, like, if I hear a diss track, I mean, I'm not about to be on, like, I need to make sure it's right.
Mace and Cameron also said that Kendrick's not. It's that Drake's up, and that Kendrick. They're silly.
They're drunk.
But so that's why I'm not taking them serious. But okay, so yes, like that comes out. Everyone's expecting Drake to come back because most of it's directed towards Drake, right? J. Cole catches a couple strays in there. When that song came out, I remember how hype we were. It was like during the show, I think, and we were talking about it. And I was like, J. Cole was just in the car, like while they were shooting. You know, he was Suge Knight and Tupac was the target. You know what I mean? Drake was the target. J. Cole was just in the car, and he caught a couple strays.
Yeah.
Right. So, come a little bit longer, you know, J. Cole drops a diss at Kendrick. Boom. We're like, well, okay, J. Cole responded. Well, there's a little speed bump in that storyline. You know, J. Cole ended up taking his diss track back.
Which he's freaking even shouldn't have.
Yeah, he shouldn't have done. He apologized. You know, we've talked about this before on the podcast, I'm sure. But I'm trying to catch people up who don't know, okay?
Yeah, freaking.
J. Cole releases a diss track on Kendrick. It's not the craziest, but it's pretty crazy, right? So it's good. It's a fucking good track.
It's a
I love it. It's a good song.
It's mostly a shocker.
Yeah, it's a shocker,
like
right?
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, and he's kind of like, hey, this is just a little jab. If you really want me to come with the haymaker, I'll do it. But we're just like playing right now.
Let's get this straight. Let me tell people about my homeboy J. Cole, because this is my guy, Jermaine Cole. This is my guy. Let me just tell y'all something real quick. That wasn't a diss. I'm gonna leave it like that. That was not a diss.
It was a friendly competition.
It was a. Yo, I heard you say something about me.
But
let me just say something about you.
People are gonna get mad at us for saying for downplaying it.
Nah, because it wasn't a diss. If you think about it, he was like, he said, I heard somebody dissing. You want some attention? Like he was like, he said that he gave him praise, and he said one of his joints was weak, and he took it back. He knew he was capping on that part. But he was just like, hey man, you jabbed at me, I'll jab at you. You want some? We can get some. And it wasn't a diss. If you see what Kendrick and Drake are doing, that's dissing. This was like, hey, Dre, you my dog, bro.
It sucks because I honestly don't even really remember it. Which sucks. I need to go back and listen to it again because I don't remember how hard it was. I mean, I remember it being like, oh shit, okay, he's coming at Kendrick.
Yeah,
this is crazy.
You want some attention?
You know? Yeah, it's good.
Man.
It was good.
We just gonna bypass this.
It was good. Yeah. So that's not even the big part of the story, right? That's just context for you guys who don't know, and you know, for people who do know, it's a fun little side adventure, side quest, right? So J. Cole comes up, blah blah blah. We're waiting on Drake to come back, right? Because everyone's like, dude, he's coming at Drake mostly. So, like, Drake needs to respond.
Yeah.
Takes however many time. I have the timeline. I posted it on my thing. So I want to because I want to know how many weeks it took for Drake to respond real quick. So, okay. Oh, okay. So it doesn't even say. It just says that Drake came out with on April 19th with push-ups. That was already like, yeah. It was like 3 weeks. Yeah, in March. So that was like a good like 21 days, which is like 3 weeks. Yeah. So it's like at least. So it took him like 3 weeks.
Drake fans, 3 weeks, bro. And this man is
People are quick to forget.
I get he's on tour. But this man is the most resourceful.
Yeah. I mean, he has the money. He has all
artist
stuff,
of all time.
Yeah.
So you can hit a studio like that.
Yeah.
That.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. So don't try to come over here. Yeah. Where's Kendrick? Where's Kendrick when Drake drops?
I mean, okay. The one thing I'll say about this is we live in moments, right? And the big thing is like in each moment we are so caught up with whatever is the thing as a society, right? As people, as human beings, that's what it is, right? So when that verse came out, or even go further back, when the first person shooter shit came out, I wasn't even thinking about Kendrick. I was just like, dude, Drake and J. Cole are the best. Like it's so fucking dope. Yeah. They're so out of this world. Like they're the best. And then Kendrick came out and I was like, fuck, Kendrick is the best ever, dude. He's so good. Then J. Cole came out with his thing and I was like, J. Cole's the best ever. Yeah. And then, right? So we get caught up in these moments. And so at the time, it was like, where's Drake at? Then Drake comes out and he drops push-ups, which is like a direct diss at Kendrick. Just direct shot, boom, 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 boom. Which was good.
I'm a J. Cole and Kendrick fan. That was amazing.
It was an amazing song.
I give him that.
It was an amazing song. It was a crazy diss. And at the time, I want to add this caveat to something too, because I feel like people are mad about this, and I want to give my perspective on it. At the time, the world of AI and shit is going crazy, right? So we're in this time right now in 2024 where AI is really at this point where we're like at a tipping point where we don't know what's real and what's fake anymore, right? And so that's a conversation that's been had outside of hip hop for a while, but it's creeping its way into hip hop, right? Where we have these vocal generators now that we can like type in lyrics and we can change our voices and we can do whatever we want. I can do this and change myself into, you know, Donald Trump or Biden right now and give a speech, you know, and it would look like Donald Trump or Biden is doing it, and it's getting better and better and better and better, right? That's the thing that's crazy. So on that point, people are already questioning. There's like things coming out before Drake drops that song officially. There's things coming out where like, oh, it's Drake AI, it's a Drake AI. So I'm over here like, I see people saying, oh, Drake dropped, but I'm like, I don't believe it until I see it. Like, I need to see it with my own eyes that Drake dropped, because I don't know if it's AI or not. So we're already in this weird thing where it's like, is it real? Is it fake? Is it, you know? We need it to be official. We need it to be on Apple Music. We need to be on Spotify. Yeah. You know, we need that kind of official stamp to like be like, this is the one.
Yeah.
Right. So on that note, Drake drops Push-Ups. It's official. It's a real thing, and we're like, oh shit, this is crazy. I don't even remember where he dropped it. Was it on YouTube or something? Or
it was circulating when I was over here. It was circulating Twitter. People were sending me on Twitter
and stuff.
So
yeah.
it definitely
that was one of those things where like, is it AI or is it not? So people were tripping out on that. Is it AI or is it not? That was a big storyline that was happening, right?
Oh shoot, yeah, I remember, because that was the day of the big fight, the 300.
Yeah. When
the Twitter one came out.
Yeah, and what's on another side note, the one thing that me and Avery, I'm so glad we're talking about this on this podcast, because the one thing about me and Avery is we recorded our podcast on Thursday and these songs kept dropping on Friday, God, right? Bro. So we would like do our podcast and do all this stuff.
Hey, crazy! When he's about to say this, just know that Drake is about to drop tomorrow. Yeah, he's gonna drop tomorrow because we freaking.
Yeah, that's the luck of our podcast that we've been having. So for people who are actually paying attention and watching our podcast, this whole thing we record on Thursday, and then Friday like night or Thursday night or Friday morning, the songs were coming out, and so we're like, "Fuck, dude, we could have talked about it on our podcast, but we can't because now it's already we have to wait a week before the next one, right? So it's already old news by the time that happens. Even this is still kind of like old
Kendrick,
news, right?
He dropped on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So now we're 2 days. 3 days behind,
right? So and it's fine, and then this is gonna come out tomorrow, so it's like, you know, but regardless, whatever happens, so Push-Ups comes out. Push-Ups is fucking good. Now we're in this weird thing where everyone's like, now moments, right? We're talking about moments. Now everyone's like, Drake is the best. It's crazy. Drake is so good. I can't believe he's coming out J. Cole like this. He's really rapping. Or Drake, or he's coming out Kendrick. He's coming out like this, and he's really rapping. And we're like, damn, like, people are like criticizing it, being like, oh, did he actually write it himself? You know, whatever. All this stuff talking about ghostwriters. Like,
even me, I was like, oh, okay. Kendrick.
The one thing I will say is, on the whole note of Drake ghostwriting shit, I just want to put this out there. I've been a Drake fan since 2006, dude. My freshman year, I was listening to Comeback Season, his like second mixtape that he ever came out with, right? When he was still on Degrassi and shit. I was a huge, heavy Drake fan, and in those days, he was definitely writing his own raps, and I know how good he was back then, and he was killing it, and I thought he was the greatest rapper ever at that time, right? Because I was like, he's gonna be the biggest thing ever, like just the way he is, everything. I always tell people about this. I got to argue with my stepdad about how Drake's gonna be the biggest artist ever, and he was telling me he's gonna fade like any other artist, and we got in an argument about it when I was in high school. So like, this is a real thing to me. But anyways, fast forward. So I know how good Drake is. So the whole thing about him ghostwriting and shit, like, if he has ghostwriters helping him out, that might be something. But I know that he's very capable of doing exactly what he's doing, right? And saying what he's saying. So you can't discredit that. Like, even, you know, there might be some people helping him, but at this point, I don't know what's real, what's him, and what's not. But
I feel like at this point, and I don't know, I could be naive, but I feel like at this point, you got people like hoping your downfall. You're probably on your pen. You're like, dude, no, I can't get help at this point. Yeah. That's how I feel. Like, I feel like he has gotten outed, and like from that point.
But I feel like he also is getting ghostwriting for songs, right? Because the one thing about Drake is that he knows how to rap. Let's not discredit that. Drake can rap. Mm-hmm. Drake can rap, and he's been rapping, but he also has blended into this pop figure, right? Where he's not a rap artist anymore. He's a pop culture
and like
artist.
Huge songs are composed by a lot of people.
Exactly. So that's where I think the ghostwriting shit comes in to play. Where it's like, when he's writing a verse, I think he's writing a verse. I don't think anyone could write a verse for him that's better than what he's gonna write.
But I think that the whole, I mean, I'm just coming as devil's advocate. It's like M has made tons of hits by himself.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Kendrick's made tons of hits by himself.
Yeah, you're right.
Cole,
but
Jay,
but they have collaborators.
Jay.
They have collaborators.
Yeah.
And when they say writing, it's like,
I feel like hooks.
Yeah. And also stuff like, we've been in the studio together where we're like you say something, and then, or I say something, you're like, oh, say it like this, and then now it's like, okay, So Avery technically wrote that for me, right? But it's it's like changing up stuff that we already came. So who knows what the level of writing is when it comes to that?
And the person
stuff.
who outed him is Meek Mill.
That's who. Yeah. So.
I like
show the compilation. I wish I had the compilation. If I could find the compilation of Meek Mill doing weird shit, I'm gonna put it right here, guys.
I would say Meek Mill, man. Like he be like he one of them hater dudes.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy.
I feel like he's like a hater dude. You know what I mean? Like when he had like I feel like it was one of those moments where like yes, you're in the studio. And, you know, I think they for sure found the Quentin Miller thing. You know, it was like a reference track or whatever, riding through the 6 with my woes. Yeah. Like that for sure. But I think Meek Mill just took it to another level. It was like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like maybe that was just a reference tracks where even R&B, like pop singers, they get reference tracks from people. Rihanna does it, Beyonce does it. And it's like, oh, like this will make a great song. And then Drake comes in and just writes his verses. Yeah. So I feel like that's what it was. And then Meek Mill got a hold of it and was like, he don't even write his own raps. Nigga, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then it became like a big deal, especially because Drake was on top.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Because Drake's so big, that's what happens, right? So,
like if Drake wasn't as big as Meek at the time, niggas would have been like, so?
Yeah. So, okay. So, Drake drops Push-Ups. Push-Ups comes out. It's big. It's huge. Everyone's talking about it. I listened to it 1,000 times too, and I was just like, "Damn, Drake is fucking good, dude. Like, he might be better than Kendrick." I'm over here like thinking like this is crazy.
I never doubted it.
I know what Kendrick's capable of, and I know that he's a nuclear bomb just waiting to go off. So like, I didn't doubt it.
When Push-Ups came out, I was like, "Oh, Kendrick has." Like Drake's not backing down.
Drake's not backing down.
In my mind, I was like, okay, this is a war.
Yeah,
this is gonna be a war.
This is the beginning of us seeing like what's happening right here. So then, and I remember too on the Breakfast Club. Yeah. Charlemagne the God, because I watch everything Charlemagne does, right? Charlemagne, he kept saying like, Kendrick, you're on the clock. Don't let Drake drop another track. Don't let him back to back you. Don't give him the time to do that. You're on the clock. You have to drop now, because if he drops another song, it's gonna be hard to beat that, right?
Okay. Now this is what I want to say. So not a lot of people are saying
that moment, in that little moment.
Let me say something. This is what people are not thinking about, right? This is my opinion. This is what I think happened in this moment, right? Drake dropped Push-Ups, and in my mind, this is just what I think. This is what I think happened. I don't know if this happened for real, but I think Drake, you know, he dropped it and he's seen the reaction, and the reaction was explosive, obviously, because it's a war and everybody loves conflict. It was so explosive that he was like, "Ooh, like I'm up." Now, that confidence had him make Tailor-Made. Now, and this is my opinion right here. This is my opinion. At the time, because of AI, all this was a brilliant marketing scheme.
It was great.
Brilliant. But let me tell you something. That hurt the hell out of him. Let me tell you why. Because I think, in my opinion, that Drake didn't think Kendrick was going to respond, because I think Drake was, his thought process was, this is another Control where Kendrick dropped an explosive thing and he's just gonna disappear. And I think Drake was like, "Oh, I'm gonna just keep going, and he's not gonna come at me." Drake dropped Tailor-Made. It was a brilliant thing in the moment.
But he was baiting him too.
Yeah, no,
he was baiting him to come to drop something.
That's what I'm saying. Because
he thought he wasn't gonna do it.
Kendrick didn't do anything after Control. Yeah. So I'm thinking Drake think that way. Yeah. He's like, oh, he's not gonna do anything. Yeah. I can just keep poking him because I'm the internet guy. Yeah. Kendrick's not the internet guy. I'm gonna keep doing it. And then
wait, you're jumping too far. Wait.
I just want to say.
Okay, go ahead.
I just want to say before we go. I just want to say, Tailor-Made happened, and it was I think it was really good. He played on the AI thing, and then
I want to break that down part.
Kendrick just dropped.
Yeah.
And I think that AI thing goes completely out the window. In my eyes, it sucks. I don't want to listen anymore. because Kendrick's rapping. Yeah. Drake is playing around. You shouldn't have did that. Stay with Push-Ups. Because Kendrick now, he dropped it. He's serious. He's on like, F your chick and the click you claim. West Side, come alive, come and clip. Like he's like, I hate you. I hate everything about you.
Yeah.
And like Drake's like, the hip hop savior. Like that's corny now. At first, it was so sick. It was so cool at AI, but now it's like when you go back and listen to it after listening to Kendrick's verse, you're like, oh, this is whack.
Yeah, okay, yes, okay, you're right. You're right. I want to jump back a little bit.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
My bad. I just had to say that because nobody's talking about that right now.
You're right.
Taylor Made just disappeared.
Because I kind of disagree. I kind of disagree, though. I kind of disagree.
He took it off everything.
Yes, but I kind of disagree. I agree with what you're saying, and the aspect of everything you're saying is right. But in my personal opinion, I don't think Taylor Made is whack. Because let me say this, because we, like I said, go back to moments, right? So, I'm trying to keep this timeline for you guys. Push-Ups comes out. We're waiting for Kendrick to drop. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Everyone's saying Kendrick's on the clock. Don't let him drop another song. Drake comes out with Taylor Made Freestyle. Taylor Made Freestyle, when it dropped, and mind you, people were giving Drake shit about Push-Ups being not official. Like they were saying like, oh, like if you're really about it, put it on streaming, all that stuff. So Drake, with the power he has, because I want to add this to the story too, because this is also another big W in this whole thing, which is a part of this whole beef and competition, right? Is Drake added Push-Ups to Apple Music, Spotify, and got it to be like the #1 song for a little while, which is crazy because to have a #1 is crazy, right? So he has this #1 song that's a diss track. So not only am I dissing you and responding to what you said about me in your verse, I made a whole song about you. I'm coming at you directly, and I put it on Apple Music, Spotify, and it's the #1 song right now. So it's huge. So that's this big moment that we're in this. So it was like Kendrick, then it was like Drake, and then we're like waiting for Kendrick to come back. But in that time, they're like, don't let Drake do it again. What he did to Meek Mill, don't let him do back to back you, and he does it. Boom, comes out Taylor Made Freestyle. Now Taylor Made Freestyle, bro, when this shit dropped, blew my fucking mind because, like I said, we talked about this earlier. The little caveat I gave you was for this moment right here. The AI shit was going crazy. Everyone's talking about this AI shit. Is this a real song? Is it not? So Drake, being the brilliant marketing genius that he is with this stuff, promotion wise, right? He makes this song where Tupac, an AI Tupac and an AI Snoop Dogg are almost dissing. They're like trying to pump Kendrick up to drop. Like he's baiting Kendrick in the most disrespectful way by having his mentors talk shit to him and be like, hey, like I thought you were bigger. I thought you were this. I thought you were that. Why don't you do your thing? Everyone says you're that. Unless you're not, then you know. So he's like dissing Kendrick from his own mentors by using AI, which is so smart because in this 2024 world, the overall arching topic of AI and all this stuff is crazy. Right now, I want to say this because that song was very polarizing when it came out, right? A lot of people hated it. A lot of people were disrespected by it. A lot of people were mad because the Tupac AI shit. People were saying, I think people were discrediting Drake's effort in that song because people were saying, oh, like he got an AI to do it. That's like so whack that you're not even really writing. You're not even really doing your shit. Now, here's where my technical side comes in and my non-hip-hop side comes in and my nerdiness of computers and shit comes in, right? I know what AI is and what level it's at. And I know how sophisticated AI can be and how we have an idea of what AI is. But moment of time right now where we're at, AI isn't at the level where you can be like, give me a Tupac verse dissing Kendrick Lamar. And it's gonna give you that verse. Yeah, you have to put in so much work to get to that level, which isn't what it was, right? What it really was, it was Drake writing from the perspective of Tupac and Drake writing from the perspective of Snoop Dogg, which how much he wrote those things, I don't know. Did he have help with those verses? Probably, right? But those verses were penned and Drake wrote those and rapped those and recorded those, and they just used the AI voice changer to make it Tupac, right? It's not like it's an AI Tupac. So this whole thing where it's like AI Tupac, it's not that. It's Drake with the AI voice of Tupac, right? So that's where people get confused, and I think that's where I think a lot of this people are getting really, really mad about the AI Tupac thing, but it's not an AI Tupac. It's Drake with Tupac's voice. That's all it is. So he's pretending to be Drake, because I think that's where people are getting confused, and I keep thinking about this, and I keep wanting to post it and say stuff about it, because I'm like, dude, like, you guys are thinking AI is like this magical big thing that it's not there yet. It's not there yet. So this whole thing where everyone's like, oh, he got an AI Tupac to diss, it's like, no, not really. He dissed him.
Yeah.
He just changed his voice to Tupac, which makes it more on Drake's side. That's what I'm saying. I'm giving Drake more credit than where people are trying to discredit him for the Tupac thing. Yeah. And I'm like, one, I think it's genius because it's so disrespectful and it's so crazy. And if you're going to war, you go all out war, bro. Yeah. And what thing am I going to get you the most? What's going to hurt you the most is like me getting Tupac. We know how sensitive that is. You know you can't touch that. Everyone knows you can't touch it. But what comedy is, what things are, is crossing the line. Who's going to cross the line the most and who's going to cross the line the furthest and be like, look what I did. Like, I did this. I know this is off topic. I know this is going to hurt you. I know this is going to make everyone mad. But guess what? I'm going to do it anyways. And that's what's crazy about it. That's where it's like, this is war, right? So the whole AI Tupac thing, as much as people want to discredit it and say it sucks and whatever, I think it's still fucking genius, and I think it's such a fucking great marketing move, and it's so fucking disrespectful and crazy. I still think it's one of the things. And when I first heard it, I was blown away, and I was just like, dude, this is insane. This is insane, because I know it's Drake just rapping and putting Tupac's voice on there, and I know it's Drake just rapping and putting Snoop Dogg's voice on there, and it's so smart and it's so genius, and to be able to write from that perspective and still diss him and the way it's written, it's just so good, right? And Drake comes in at the end of that song and just fucking kills it and exposes a lot of shit about Kendrick. So we're like, dude, at this moment, I mean, when that song dropped, when Taylor Made Freestyle dropped, I was like, it's over, man. And I think a lot of people, like Kendrick fans, were definitely doubting themselves, and that's where it gets crazy, because right, I'm talking about these moments, right? I'm painting this picture of this like whole overarching emotional ride that we've been on with this battle, because right now we're at this point where, like, if we just talk about it from today's perspective, it's gonna seem like we're just on this Kendrick thing and like Kendrick's the greatest of all time. But you have to paint the whole picture to really understand it, that like we were on this J. Cole Kendrick thing, or J. Cole Drake, then we were on the Kendrick thing, then we were back on J. Cole, then we were back on Drake, and Kendrick was kind of quiet, and we were on, and then Drake got even bigger and either more divisive with the hate and the love with the Taylor Made freestyle. That shit was crazy, right? And him putting push-ups on and getting it number 1. So that's where it's crazy, okay? Then we're waiting. Drake even says in the song, he's baiting Kendrick, dude. He's pushing him. He's like, when are you gonna drop? You know, just wait till you. I'm waiting for you to drop, because I got another one. And I'm gonna, like, Drake is just like stunting at this. He almost like lapped Kendrick and is just like celebrating too early before the race is over. That's what it seems like, right? He thought he lapped Kendrick, and he's like celebrating, and walking backwards to the finish line, like moonwalking to the fucking finish line. Yeah. Little does he know, like Fast and Furious, when what's his name? Who's the guy in Fast and Furious, a bald dude? Vin Diesel. When Vin Diesel's racing and Paul Walker thinks he has him, and then he's like too soon, and he hits the nos and fucking push. Yeah. That's Kendrick, dude. So Kendrick, out of nowhere, again on a random ass Tuesday when no one's expecting it, on his Instagram, on his YouTube. Great thing about my friends, that's why I love my friends. First thing I wake up in the morning, this dude catches it 18 minutes in that Kendrick drops his song and sends it to me and calls me.
Literally, I mean, I probably wasn't the only one, but I was. No, I feel like I was the first one to comment. I was like, I never in the comments. I clicked, and I think it was the only comment. I said I never clicked something so fast, and I listened to it. My thought process, it was Euphoria, and it was like he came in very slow, and I was like, oh, this is just a song, and then. Yeah. It's like,
and then you start paying attention to it, though. But even the opening line, you're like, oh. Yeah.
I was like, no.
And you start getting into it, and you're just like, holy shit.
That's what I sent it to everybody.
So, so Euphoria drops, guys.
Euphoria.
And now we're here.
Very euphoric.
Yes. Okay, so then.
Very, very euphoric, bro.
So that's the background of everything, right? Now we're here present day. 2 days ago, that was Tuesday. Today's Thursday. On Tuesday, wake up in the morning, new song from Kendrick Lamar. Everyone knows what time it is. Everyone knows what's happening. Kendrick drops a fucking diss song directly at Drake, just directed at Drake. He even said, last time I took a shot at you, I didn't aim correct or whatever.
He said one of his homies had a teacher had to
told me where to aim, and I shot. This time I'm not missing.
Yeah.
So he comes at him with probably, I might say, and mind you, the whole reason I painted that whole picture is because I want to set the mind state that I'm in, that Avery's in, that most people are in at this time, is like. People are like, damn, is Kendrick gonna do anything? Like, this sucks, man. Like, Kendrick fans are sad, dude. They're salty. They're sad. They're like, dude. There's a great episode, if you guys like podcasts, there's a great episode of Brilliant Idiots, which is Charlamagne the God and Andrew Schultz, when before the Kendrick song dropped, they're so on Drake's side, and their producer Taylor, she is a Kendrick fan, and they're going back and forth, and the whole time Charlamagne's like, look how sad, Kendrick, you're making your fans right now. Like, you need to drop. Like, your fans are so sad right now. And so it's just hilarious, right? And yeah, so then out of nowhere, Tuesday, boom, song drops, Euphoria drops. And I'm just gonna say, from my perspective, my initial thoughts when I first heard it, and I said this to Avery, and I think Avery kind of agreed. Like, the first time you hear it, you're like, I wasn't like blown away, and it wasn't because it wasn't great. It's because Kendrick has this thing where the music he makes is so different sometimes that it makes me be like, what am I listening to? And it takes me a while to realize how great it is, right? It's like when you get a new form of art, you are like looking at it and you're like trying to figure it out, and then because you've never seen anything like it before, right? That's how I feel with anything Kendrick does. Even like probably the last album that he put out, every one of his albums, I listened to it the first time and I'm kind of like, I don't know if I really like this. It's weird, it's different. And then as I get it, I'm like, oh, this is the greatest thing that's ever been made. And I'm slow, I'm dumb. He's giving me something I've never experienced before, and so I'm catching up to it. I have to like adjust my own ways of being, right? That's how I felt when I first heard it. So I first heard it and I was like, this was good, but there's definitely some great lines in it. And as it progressed, I was like, this is fucking crazy. All right, as I'm listening to it, it's getting better. But then the more and more I listen to it, it just gets better and better every single time.
Yeah.
And I think it might be the greatest diss song of all time.
Yeah. No, 100%. I'm looking at the lyrics right now.
Yeah. I mean,
this man
dismantled Drake for
this man. Let me go
bar for bar, every single line.
Let me just this is something that needed
in such a Kendrick way too.
That needs to be said really quick. I sent this to Stevie and them. I love Kendrick, man. This man said, I love them to death. In 8 bars, I'll explain that phrase. He's talking about Cole.
Yeah.
8 bars later, I am YN Melly. No, he's like,
he said,
I love them to death. What is YN Melly good for?
He's on trial. Yeah, he's on trial for killing 2 of his friends. Yeah. YML Melly. Yeah. And that's been the podcast, guys. No.
Bro, you gotta understand, bro. This nigga is different.
Yeah.
And Cole, don't take that shot lightly.
Yeah.
Don't take that shot lightly. On the fall off, it need to be like, hey, Kendrick, you're my dog, but I'm gonna shoot you in the face.
Yeah.
We need one of those.
Yeah, it's gotta be bad.
Because that was a shot to you that I was hoping that wouldn't hit, but it did hit. It hit me. And I'm a Cole fan. Y'all know me. That shot hit. Like, that's crazy.
It was crazy. I mean,
I love him to death. 8 bars later. I'll explain that in 8 bars.
Yeah, the crown's getting heavy. The crown's getting heavy. Cole and Aubrey know the crown's getting heavy. I hope they're my friends, but if not,
YNW Melly.
Yeah.
That line right there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of lines.
Every line is crazy. That line is crazy. That line
because I'm a Cole fan, hit me in my heart, and I was like, because I love Kendrick, I love Cole.
But
Drake is cool, but when my guys are fighting, dog, it's like the homies fighting. Like, come on, y'all, stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Kendrick puts out the song Euphoria. It shuts down the internet, dude. It's
still shutting down the internet.
It's the moment. We're in the moment. We're in this moment. Like I said, who knows what's gonna happen next? I mean, I painted this roller coaster of emotions for you guys, as hip hop fans, and how great this is, and why this is so important to us, and why this is so big, and I painted the overall picture for you guys, right? But as the perspective of a fan, we're in this moment right now. Dude, Kendrick just dropped on Tuesday. it's most disrespectful, craziest, best fucking song verse thing ever. Diss song. I don't even want to categorize it as just a diss song. It's just a great overall fucking song. To the point that, which is our next topic I'm going to get onto after this whole thing. The NBA playoffs are happening right now, dude. The NBA playoffs are happening. One of the biggest sporting events of the year. And what do they play on the playoffs as it's going to commercials? Euphoria by Kendrick Lamar, dude. The impact that Kendrick Lamar has when he drops is crazy. It is a nuclear bomb. It is Hiroshima, dude. He is Hiroshima Kenny. You know what I mean? I don't know. We gotta call him. We gotta change his name or something, bro. He's a nuclear weapon that when he drops, it is war, dude. It is crazy. It is game changing. It is war stopping. It is just everything. And he drops this thing. And it's like push a T. And so that's what's crazy about it, right? So to the reason I brought some of these. I know. The Pusha T line is fucking crazy. Jesus. Before you push me, you gotta be Pusha T. Yeah. And I don't know. Did Drake have a beef with Pharrell? What is going on?
I don't know that one. That's what the dirt's for. Yeah. He hasn't dropped yet, but he knows stuff
that he's.
I don't know what happened.
The way that Kendrick, let's just talk about the song a little bit, because I want to talk about. There's so many things I want to talk about it, but to talk about the song overall, the way he starts so slow and so melodic, and then dun dun dun, and it just gets into it, and it gets harder and harder and harder as the song goes on. Pause, no, I'm getting harder and harder as the song goes on. I'm just playing. Pause, no Diddy. But yes, it's just crazy, and it just evolves. But anyways. The NBA is playing it, right? The reason I bring this up is because what did I say earlier? Part of Drake's warfare and part of Drake's tactics was that he put push-ups on Apple Music and Spotify to make it a #1 song. So not only was he trying to say, hey, look how good I am at rapping, look how good I am at business, also I run the charts, right? Where Drake's biggest diss to Kendrick was, you don't run the charts, Taylor Swift runs the charts, and you're following whatever Taylor Swift drops. You don't even drop a diss track on me because Taylor Swift has an album coming out, which I didn't mention that earlier, but that was a big part of Drake's diss, right? Was he saying hey, Taylor Swift's telling you can't drop because she has a song coming out, so you don't want to drop right now because you got to let Taylor have her little moment.
Which is actually crazy. Side note, she is the biggest artist.
Yeah, she's the biggest artist.
I think real quick, side note, sorry. I think what's his name? Shank posted that she's she's all over the 100.
She has she has the top 10.
I haven't heard one song. That's how crazy big she is.
Yeah.
I haven't heard one song.
It's the same thing.
Crazy.
It's the same thing.
It's insane.
Is that how we live in our world of hip hop? And when I talk to my coworkers, I'm like, "Did you guys hear the new Kendrick song?" They're like, "Oh, I didn't even know he dropped a song." It's the same thing where they're living in the Taylor Swift world, and they're like, Taylor Swift has top 10 tracks, and have you heard them? And we're like, no, I don't even know any Taylor Swift. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't even know what the album's called.
Yeah. I know she has a song with Post Malone that's blowing up called Fortnite. Yeah.
Wow.
So I know that.
Well, hey,
I know that's the #1 song right now.
That's one thing that I would agree with Drake on. Taylor
runs it, right?
Yeah, she does run it.
And that's the whole point. That's why he made the tailor-made freestyle, right? That's the whole thing, right? So that's the point of it, right?
He can't drop when she drop either.
So I know he says it in the song. He says at the end of the song. He said, "I changed my album release date for her too." So I get it. She's the biggest. He says at the end of the song.
Okay, I gotta go back.
Where he's talking. He's like, Kendrick, we're waiting for you. Where you at? Kind of thing. That's where he's right. So. That's part of the big beef. That's part of the battle, right? That's part of the art of the war, right? Is that Drake is saying this, all that stuff. So now I bring you to today, right? Euphoria dropped. Euphoria is so big right now, and it's only been 2 days. It got so many views on YouTube. He put it out on YouTube and his social media.
It's trending.
It's trending everywhere.
Yeah.
It's every single post I see is about it. It's on the NBA playoffs, which is crazy. Yeah. It's on Apple Music and Spotify. He put it on Apple Music and Spotify right away. He didn't even it's on there.
Yeah.
I was listening to it on YouTube because that's where you sent it to me. Mm-hmm. So I kept listening to it on the Kendrick Lamar YouTube, and then I was like, dude, the views are going crazy as I'm watching it throughout the day. And
then I dropped it there first.
Yeah, and then I went to Apple Music and Spotify and stuff.
He dropped it the same day, but it dropped on YouTube first.
If you go to Apple Music, it's the #1. It's the #1 song on Apple Music right now. I don't know if it's the overall charts, but I know it was on. Yeah, it's the #1 best song on here. It's on best new songs. #1, Euphoria, Kendrick Lamar on Apple Music. So he did his own. He did the thing that Drake did back to him with his song. So Kendrick waited and did everything like it's crazy how Drake did it in like all these steps. Kendrick did it in one moment. You know what I mean? Which is crazy. That's how crazy Kendrick is. Drake was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this," and he did this and did this, and it's like all these little things that like are all adding up to this big like punch that he did. Kendrick was like. It's like I wish you guys watch One Punch Man. I wish you watch One Punch Man. It's like One Punch Man, dude. How the villains that he fights, they do all this crazy shit, and it's like this whole buildup of them like we're gonna do this and all these attacks, and you're like, oh fuck, like all this crazy shit. They build it up to this big moment, and then One Punch Man goes and punches him and kills him in one punch, and the battle's over. Like that's every episode of One Punch Man. It's so great. Yeah. That's what it is. Kendrick is One Punch Man, dude. Drake's like, I am Drake the Almighty, and I will slaughter you, and I will do this and that, and blah blah blah. And then Kendrick's like, cool, done, dude, and breaks it. And now Kendrick's trending #1. Kendrick's top of the charts. Kendrick's on fucking on the NBA playoffs. I posted this morning a news article where the local news in Toronto. Yeah, that's
crazy.
Drake's hometown.
That's crazy.
The news, Kendrick shouts out one of the Chinese restaurants in Little Chinatown over there.
Yeah, New Hung Go or something like that.
Yeah, New something, whatever. Post that. It talks about it in the song. The owner of the restaurant's like. He talks about me on the song, and they're giving news coverage to it, dude, in Toronto, and people are review bombing it, saying Kendrick sent me here, all this stuff. It's crazy, dude. It's a cultural moment, dude. That's what's crazy.
On the news that was there, he was like, "Yeah, man, I love Kendrick, man. That's why I'm here." I'm like, that's how crazy is that? Off of a beef. He did a Keith Lee moment.
You know what they should make a plate called like Mongolian beef, or like it's like it's like Kendrick beef, like Whoa, pause. Okay. Okay, that's weird. Okay, never mind. Pause that. But I'm trying to market. I'm trying to help you guys market.
But man, that's crazy.
So yes, man,
in his own hometown, it's crazy.
That's where it's like this. That's where beef is nowadays, dude. Yeah,
Drake gonna send them.
He's gonna have to buy the whole restaurant.
No, he's gonna send them a health inspection.
You know what Drake's gotta do? Drake's gotta buy that restaurant.
Yeah,
Drake's gotta buy that restaurant and then send Kendrick Lamar fried rice. That's what he's gotta do. Like that's what I'm saying. This beef is like next level, right? Drake, and I'll say this about Drake. I'll say this about Drake because when it comes to battle rap, and I think there's a level of battle rap, right? Where it's like verse, and you like, there's battle rap. It's always been a thing. Rap's always been a competition. It's always been a thing. But there's this next level of battle rap where it's like artist versus artist kind of thing, and it's seeping into like how big of an artist are you, right? The whole #1 thing on the charts, like that's a next level beef thing that no one's done. You know who did it first? Drake, right? Drake was the first one to do back to back and make a beef song a #1 track that was like everyone was playing, right? So Drake elevated this beef stuff. Like he took it to the next level where it's not only is it can I rap better than you, but it's like also what does your business do, or what are your antics getting you on, like when he sent bottles to Charlemagne. You might make me send bottles to Charlemagne. He sent bottles to Charlemagne. Like that's next level beef stuff, right? It's no longer just the song versus song or the verse versus the verse. It's the outside stuff seeping in, and like it's making it even bigger. Like who's better because I did this, I did that, I have more #1s, I have this. So it's getting bigger and bigger. And Drake started this stuff, right? So that's kind of crazy. But now we're in this spot where now like it's like Chinese restaurants are blowing up because of what Kendrick Lamar said. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah,
we're in this insane time in hip hop, and everyone's trying to fucking leech off of it, which is it's cool, whatever. Everyone has a beef now. Everyone's saying shit.
Yeah, which is wild.
I mean, like I even said, I posted this earlier, and I said it earlier. Even Canelo, if you guys don't know anything about boxing, Canelo's probably one of the greatest boxers of our generation. Canelo is having a fight this weekend, and him and Oscar De La Hoya, was the old greatest, right? He owns Golden Boy Promotions, and they had a beef, and so Canelo's no longer on Golden Boy anymore, but Canelo's fighting Golden Boy's #1 boxer right now. So they have a fight this weekend. So Canelo versus I think his name is Mongolia, and he's promoted by Golden Boy. And so Canelo was talking shit about Oscar De La Hoya, and then yesterday Oscar De La Hoya went on his during the press conference for the fight and started talking shit about Canelo while Canelo was there. So it's like, even this beef is crazy, right? And that's cool too, because like Canelo, obviously, like Oscar De La Hoya, you're like, shut the fuck up, why are you talking shit about Canelo, right? But then you forget, dude, Oscar De La Hoya was a boxer. So like when they're getting beef and starting to talk about like, let's fight, it's like, yeah, let them fight, dude. Like, that would be a great fight.
He's old though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's old. He would get his ass beat by Canelo. But the point of being is that he was also a boxer. So it's not like he's some like little chump saying like talking shit. It's like, dude, like I can fight too. So, you know. So it's just crazy because this beef stuff is like seeped into everywhere now, right? Now it's Quavo and Chris Brown. Now it's
which is a weak battle. Quavo lost for sure.
On the little tiny little piece of a side note, I'm just gonna throw it in there so you guys get more context to what's going on and how big this has gotten. Dumbass Kanye West went in and made a little remix to the That song. I don't even want to give it attention. I don't even want to give it attention. I don't even want to talk about it. But I just wanted to throw that in there
because I just want to say, listen, Kanye just got on the back of Kendrick.
Yeah,
Kendrick didn't like that, and then Kanye came out with a song, a remix of Like That. And
because Kanye
in the beginning of the freaking song, he said, K-Dot, I got you.
Yeah.
Kendrick don't want nothing to do with Kanye.
Yeah, he didn't ask you for
nothing. K-Dot, I got you. No, nigga. And then on top of this is what pisses me off the most. And I'm a big Kanye fan. I'm a big Kanye West fan, not a Ye fan.
Yeah. Oh, that's...
I'm a big Kanye West fan.
I said earlier this week.
This is what pissed me off. J. Cole dissed this man. Like, J. Cole was ready for the smoke.
This was like
on
years
False
ago.
Prophets.
Yeah, False Prophets.
And on Middle Child.
Yeah.
I would never beef with a nigga for nothing and sell a nigga shoes or something like that. Yeah. But twice. Direct aims. Those were not for anybody else. You knew that was for Kanye.
Yeah.
False Prophets was Kanye and Wale. But everybody knew. Everybody knew. This was like 2016 to 2018. That's when it happened.
Yeah.
Kanye comes out.
Now mad at
when
J. Cole.
J. Cole says,
out.
"Oh, that's whack." Like I don't want to battle.
Yeah.
I want to focus on the
so
fall
true.
off.
I didn't think about
I want to do my thing. I want to do my thing, and I just want to make quality music. I don't want to beef with my nigga Kendrick because that's my nigga. As soon as J. Cole says, "I'm good on the beef," now Kanye want to come, and I hate it because. Me personally, if Cole bounced back in and do Kanye, he don't like Kanye. So that's a real beef, and Cole will go crazy on him. But through the stupid masses and the stupid little stan fans of Kanye and Drake and academics, they're going to be like, oh, Cole didn't want to smoke for Kendrick. You know what I'm saying?
With Kanye.
No, I'm saying.
If
he goes at Kanye, he'll be like, Cole didn't want to smoke for Kendrick, why are you going to come for Kanye? And that's going to piss me off because they are actually homies. And we understand, mature adults understand the reason why Cole didn't want to battle Kendrick.
Yeah.
And these niggas don't like each other, J. Cole and Kanye. So that battle would make sense, and Cole will go stupid hard. Pause, no homo.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Yeah.
Ye pissed me off. That whole thing. That low-key was like my last straw. That whole interview.
And he came more at J. Cole than he did like Drake. But Kendrick's are. Kanye's always dislike J. Cole.
And I want to say one more thing. The nigga who was interviewing him, I don't know him. He was lame. Hella lame. The dude was interviewing him. And he was like, oh, what do you think of J. Cole bowing out? He's like, oh, that's pussy nigga shit. Like, nigga, you apologized to Drake so many times, and now you want to go back at him again. Like, bro, Ye is so lame, bro. Yeah. Like, I have tried my hardest to just be a fan of Kanye, bro. But
because of what he did in the beginning,
it's impossible when you do lame stuff like this, bro.
So lame.
And
Charlemagne, he's been saying it. He's been saying that Kanye is the legion of the lames, like the leader of the lames, dude, and like anything. If you do anything with Kanye, like you are part of the legion of the lames.
It's literally
so good.
It's literally like this. Niggas is over there having attention, and Ye's like this. No, I'm in it. I know y'all fighting, but I'm in it. Pick me. Attention on me. Well, and it pisses me off.
You know what's funny too,
bro? Like, one more last thing. The thing that makes me the most mad is the fan base. Ye's fan base is super toxic, and I I will admit that I haven't been toxic, but I've been on that side of like Kanye can't do wrong. And I feel like that's how his stands are. It's like Kanye can't do no wrong. And for me, that was the last straw. That interview thing was the last straw. I know it was a lot of things that he's done before, but I just forgiven. But this was the last straw.
Like 2 years ago.
This is the last straw when you come after, like, you know what I'm saying, my top favorite rapper of all time.
I think the anti-Semitism was the last straw for me.
I mean, that joke was a little wild. And I wasn't defending him on it, you know what I mean? But like I still was, you know, bumping Kanye, but yeah, man, this was the last straw for me, dude.
On that note too, though, is even Chris Brown. So for whatever reason, Chris Brown is all involved in beef and all this stuff too. But Chris Brown went on a podcast with Tank. I don't know if you saw this.
Oh yeah, he was talking about Kanye.
Yeah, he was talking about Kanye and like how the rant, how Kanye is like lame as fuck for doing that stuff, and how he felt weird about Kanye at that time too. So like, it was a clip that somebody put in, and he was like, he was talking about this, and the booty pop and stuff like that. I never pop my booty for no one. Whatever he said. So there's definitely, he was definitely talking about Kanye. So like even that is like crazy. So I don't know. It's wild, bro. It's a wild time we're living in, and it's so interesting and it's so good. And if you're a hip hop fan, I mean, this is amazing time to be in, because it's just like we're getting some of the best music that we've gotten in years. And to give Avery props, I'm going to point out something that he said, and I'm going to say something that he said, right? And it's Avery's thing to say, but I'm just going to say it because I don't think he's thinking about it right now. But when I say it, you're going to be like, oh, yeah. The one thing Avery pointed out was how good of time this is for us right now, because we're not hearing about Lil Nas. We're not hearing about Lil Uzi. We're not hearing any songs from NBA Youngboy. We're not hearing all these things, right? All these whack rappers that we, as people like who are like true hip hop fans like Avery and I, who are really into like the artistry and the music and the hip hop lane of everything, where like the J. Cole, Drakes, the Kendricks, the Big Sean, the guys who are really like pushing the art form and doing stuff, and we hate this new school fucking bullshit rap. They're all gone. No one's talking about that. We're only talking about the great artists right now, which is awesome, and I fucking love it, dude.
This has been happening since like March. No. When did First Person Shooter drop?
No, because even when First Person Shooter dropped, it was we had that Drake and Kendrick shit, but there was still like a lot of Uzi and a lot of, not Uzi per se, because I actually like Uzi, but that style, right? That, because I can't think of the other rappers because I don't like them, so I don't pay attention to them, so I can't think of anything. But like even the Sexy Red stuff was still pop, everything, you know, it's still like that, like still trashy kind of shit going on. But now it's like the artistry's back, right? Yeah. And we're in this like back in this phase of like, this is the hip hop that I love.
I think since like that dropped,
Yes, it's like that dropped.
Yeah, and it's been like that because I haven't seen. I mean, I seen. This is I unfollowed academics. You know, F academics. I don't like him. But he does post rap media. Yeah. So sometimes I go back to his page just to see if I missed something. Yeah. So this since like that dropped. No, not since like that dropped. Since Kendrick, since Euphoria. Yeah, okay. Since Euphoria dropped, I've been going back to his page just to see if Drake dropped, and all of his page is about Kendrick and Drake, and it's like. Yeah. Like, I don't follow him. I don't like this dude.
But he used to talk about, like, you know, what's going on with, like, page, Young Thug and all that stuff, right? To
go to his page and see real rap on there, you know.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's like, nice. Refreshing. I go to that rap page, the rap page on Instagram, and I see that.
And it's all Kendrick and stuff. I'm like, it's all Kendrick, bro. J. Cole. Well, not even J. Cole. J. Cole's been a little quiet.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's
all Kendrick and Drake.
And that's what I was telling him, too, is because J. Cole's not in the mix right now. What I would love for J. Cole to do is come out and shoot your shots at Kanye. Yeah. That would be lovely, bro.
He'd just be like, I stand on the sidelines and take your ass out. Like, you know,
that would be so sick. It would be so sick because I know how like dope Cole's mind is, and I know he would come back and win people over because shooting at Kanye would make a lot of people happy, even though they slight him for bowing out. He would for sure like
win some.
That would be,
you know what's
so
funny?
Sick.
It's like I'm picturing. It's like it was like a play fight where J. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake were like play fighting, and then it got too serious between Kendrick and Drake, and so J. Cole backed out. But then but then Kanye, like, it's street fight, like in front of a club. I'm picturing it, right? It's like they were playing around, and then J. Cole was like, okay, you guys are getting serious, and he kind of stepped out. But Kanye West was over here, like on the sidewalk watching them, and then he jumped in to fight Drake.
Yeah.
And so J. Cole's like, hey, bitch, no, hell no. So then J. Cole has to like step back in to like stop him from jumping in that fight and like fight him over here. So now there's two fights happening where like J. Cole's over here fighting Kanye because Kanye's dumbass tried to jump in and fight. You know, so it's like, no, it's gotta be a fair. That'd actually be cool.
Man, that'd be sick, dude. Come on, Cole. Come on, Cole.
This is like the MCU, dude. This is great.
Me, dog. Get Ye for me. I would love Ye versus Cole because you know how big Kanye is.
Yeah.
For Cole to come at him, pause. No, Diddy.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be amazing for Cole's career.
It would be way like newsworthy.
Yeah.
And blow up everywhere because Kanye's on the same Drake thing where it's like everything he does is news, right? So it's like and main media.
Dude, you know how crazy that would be? Let me just paint y'all a picture. If this happens, you come back to this, and you'll know where you heard it first. Cole will come out the gate with something out of nowhere, coming at Ye. Ye is the type of guy that won't even get in a booth. It will just be one shot, and then Ye rants. And it would be amazing because it would make him look so weak.
Yeah.
It'd be like, bro, where's the music at?
It's like, okay, on another note, to tie it back in, right? God, this is so good. I love how everything connects, bro. We are the multiverse. That's why this is why we are above the multiverse, because we are what the MCU needs to be. We are connecting everything for you guys, right? Earlier, you were talking about how you watched Pineapple Express the other day, right?
Yeah.
Okay, in Pineapple Express, remember when is it Ted? Ted's the main guy, right? The guy that they're trying to like. So Ted, remember when Ted is going to war with the Koreans and he starts going on, like, he starts freaking out and he's like, "Fuck you!" Like, blah blah. Like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And she's like, "You know how weak you just made me look? Made us look, right? Like you're like affected by it now." So that's what it is. Like, he's like Ted at that moment. Like, Kanye's that. He's gonna overreact and it's gonna make you look so dumb and weak for doing it, right?
Yeah, and it's
crazy.
It's gonna be so sweet because the media is gonna paint it. J. Cole goes after Ye, and then they somehow, some way, I don't know how, but Jay-Z's gonna be in it. I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't know when.
That's my goat. So
I feel like Jay will come in it at some point. Obviously, wouldn't go against Cole. I feel like Kanye would do something crazy and say something Jay's name, and Jay would be like, "What that 50 Cent? What that 50 Cent?
Yeah.
What did I do?
What the fuck did I do?
What did I do? Why did he say me?"
You know, to tie it all back together. If you guys have been watching this episode, this is an artful episode right now because I'm about to bring it all back together. Jay-Z is Magneto at the end of X-Men, and Jay-Z shows up and he's like, enough, and just stops the whole thing, shuts the whole thing down. Everyone stops, the war is over, Jay-Z comes in, he's like, enough, I'm the GOAT, okay? You guys all fighting over second place, I get it, that's great. You guys, I'm letting you guys have your fun. You guys want to do your thing, great, but as soon as it starts affecting me, enough, all right? It's over.
Yeah,
let's be real, who's the GOAT to all of them? Jay-Z.
Yeah, I feel like
you know what I mean?
I feel like if Ye got into it, he would just somehow.
You know what's crazy?
Say something about Jay-Z.
Can I just say something about Jay-Z real quick? When we're talking about all these artists, think about this. Jay-Z signed J. Cole, gave him a career. Kendrick was so grateful to get Jay-Z on that fucking remix of "Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe," right? That was like a moment for him where he's like, "Damn, I got Jay-Z." Like, that's crazy, right? Jay-Z made Kanye. Drake loves Jay-Z, dude. Yeah. He's obsessed with Jay-Z. He always quotes him. He wants to be Jay-Z. Yeah. So, I mean, who's really the GOAT here, guys? Like, let's talk about it. I mean, I've been having this debate with people for years. I mean, I've always said it. Jay-Z's the best of the best. People want to try to come at me and say, no, Kendrick's this. It's like, dude, no, dude. There's levels to this shit, dude. Yeah. Jay-Z's at the top of the mountaintop. Everyone's trying to fight for the next peak. And that's great. You guys can have it. That's fine. But at the end of the day, like, Jay-Z's the Jay-Z.
I can't talk about the best anymore. I just have to say J. Cole's my favorite.
But that's why I always said. But that's why
I can't be like, oh, J. Cole's the best. I gotta be like,
that's why I've always won the argument, right? It's because I've always been Jay-Z's always been my number one, and so I've always been like, dude, like if you're saying that J. Cole's your favorite, well, yeah, okay, great, that's great. J. Cole might be the best for you, but at the end of the day, Jay-Z made J. Cole, so like it's, you know what I mean? Like there's no nothing. If Kanye's your GOAT, Jay-Z made Kanye. Like, what do you want? Like, I mean, you know, Jay-Z's the only one that has the line that says, people try to say that they made, what he said that someone made.
Somebody said they made Hove. Okay, make another
Hove. Yeah, make another Hove. Yeah, like, it's like, nah, you can't. Like, right? So, I don't know. That's what I say too. Anyways, it's been fucking great, guys, and we're living in a fucking amazing time when it comes to this shit. I don't even know. Like, it's just been wild, man. And this Euphoria song, I can't get enough of it. I've been listening to it over and over and over again, and even just hearing it yesterday on the playoffs, like, it was crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of the playoffs, let's get to the next topic because, like, we're taking a lot of time here. It's been a long podcast. I mean, this is great, man. This has been awesome. If you guys are into this stuff, I mean, this is awesome. I just want to touch on a few more things because
I don't want to talk about the playoffs because my bracket's done.
Yeah, but let's just say this. I just want to say this right now because this year's been really good, guys. I don't know. I know, like, the last couple of years have kind of sucked. I think last year everyone was like agreed that like 2023 sucked. Everyone's been kind of down and out about stuff. But as far as things that are good, it's only April or May. It's today's May 2nd, right?
It's gotta be May.
Yeah. Everything's been fucking good, dude. Neo came out with a tiny desk. Like, fucking like the playoffs are happening. I think this is some of the greatest playoffs basketball that we've seen in a long time.
This year
it's so good, dude. It's so good. And what's crazy about it is that it's so different, right? Because everything's been the same. It's always the Lakers. It's always the Warriors. It's always like these same teams. Even though the Nuggets won last year, which was cool because I was setting the tone that like I knew things happening.
And I still don't think they're gonna win this year.
I don't know either. I don't know. It's so good, but what's crazy about these playoffs, right? Steph's out. All the big guys that we know and love that are the most famous basketball players and everyone that is like the media is always talking about, they're all out, dude. Everyone's out. And now that the Clippers lost yesterday, like, they're done, dude. That means Kawhi's out. That means Paul George's out. That means Westbrook's out. That means Harden's out. Like, all of our big stars, all of our all-stars are out. LeBron's out. AD's out. Dude, I love your 76ers, but dude,
I think we're still good.
The Sixers are still like
I think
fighting.
We're still good. Yeah, we're still fighting.
But
I think we win today.
I mean, the Suns are out. Fucking KD, Devin Booker, and
Bradley Beal.
Not Bradley Beal. Chris Paul's on there too, right?
No, Chris Paul's on the Warriors.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. Well,
He's been out.
Yeah, so he's been out. But I'm saying, like, it's just like everyone, all of your major players are out, dude. The Heat are out. I didn't even get to see Jimmy Butler. I didn't get to see Jimmy Butler in the playoffs. I was telling Kat yesterday. I was telling Kat, I was like, dude, like, it sucked because I think that Jimmy Butler thought they would make it through the first round and he could come back and then we would get Jimmy Butler in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Don't even get that.
And we might get Dame out.
Yeah, and the Bucks.
They might get out, but they've been playing great without him and him and Giannis. So we can watch that. That might be our last cause. Dame might be our last cause.
Yeah.
And
if Dame's out though,
and Donovan Mitchell's in Cleveland. They just won. So those are the two names that we are recognized. Other than that, it's young guys.
I mean, it's still Jokic, and then
Jokic,
also
Jamal Murray, Aaron
Jamal Murray.
Gordon.
I think like Boston has a good team. Like Boston's fucking dope.
But Boston's young.
Yeah,
they don't have
Yeah, Boston's dope.
Jason Tatum's still like a. He's a
let's
kid.
just talk about who I.
Bro, we're 31. Jason Tatum's 9 years younger than us.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah. Dude. I hate that.
9 years younger.
What's crazy though?
No, he's 22.
The big story to come out of this playoffs that I'm obsessed with, and I just gotta say my new favorite player. Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards.
Dude, the Timberwolves are so fucking sick, and I've always loved Cat. I always love Cat. Karl Anthony Towns, bro. He's so good. I like even during the season, I would watch a few of their games, and I was just like, damn, dude, he's so good. When he gets in, he's just like next level.
They're good.
And then to have Anthony Edwards in there, like that's like the big storyline. I think that like people are kind of paying attention to, but it's just like, dude.
Me personally, I'm not gonna say who.
It's so good. This playoffs is so dope.
I want.
And also, I'm smacking on all these playoffs, dude. I have won like 4 days in a row on bets because of the playoffs. So I'm like killing it. And I'm not putting in a big money. I'm getting like little money, but I'm doing like a $3 bet and winning like $15 because it's a lot of like favorites, right? So I'm not like getting huge odds, but I'm still like winning like $20 here. $35 here, $20 here. I'm every night for the last 4 nights.
Yeah,
so it's crazy.
I just don't want the Nuggets to win.
Yeah, I'm like slowly building up. I don't want the Nuggets to win either.
I just want the Nuggets to win. I would love, me personally, I would love to see the Thunder win. I would love to see Minnesota win.
Yep.
I would love to see the Mavericks win. I would love to see Kyrie get a ring without Ron.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
After watching the Mavericks play last night, that was elite basketball, dude. That was crazy.
Other than that, I'm not really excited about anybody else
I like Boston
besides my Sixers.
I like Boston a lot.
But, dude, freaking... And let's just talk about this, bro. People want to talk about Joel Embiid, bro. He's playing with a disease, bro. Like, half his face can't move.
Really? He has cerebral palsy?
I think it's called Betty something.
Oh, what
it's something crazy. He just got it right in the play-in, and like if you see he can't move his eye, like his face is droopy on the left side. He's playing like that, and his knees messed up, and he's hooping. That's what I'm saying. That's why I want my Sixers to go crazy. I forget what it's called. It's Betty Paws or something like that. But whatever it is, bro, my guy's hooping, and he's dropping 30, 40 on you.
The Pacers are good too.
Yeah, the Pacers
are good. The Pacers are good. The Knicks are kind of killing it too. They're doing good, man.
They won't beat us. I don't think they'll beat us.
I think the Clippers are out.
I don't think the Knicks will beat us.
The Cavs and the Magic. I think the Cavs are gonna win.
Yeah, Cavs are gonna win that one for sure.
Cavs get that one.
And then
Cavs close out tomorrow. I mean, Knicks are one away from closing out the series
they won't,
against the
won't,
Sixers.
Nah, they won't get us.
The Bucks are down.
Yeah, because they don't have Giannis and Dame. But they won 2 games without both of them. That's what I'm saying, bro. They can win. And then Giannis, I think Giannis and Dame come back next year. If Giannis and Dame come back, I think it's over.
Yeah.
I think they win because, dude, how are you beating teams without them? Yes, without that's crazy. Your role players are making 30, 40 points. But then again, Boston role players are making 40, 50 points.
Yeah, Boston's crazy.
Yeah, Boston's really good.
That's what I'm saying. I think Boston is gonna. I think it's gonna be Boston and I don't know.
Yeah, I mean
maybe Boston and the Mavs are there. That's the West and the East, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't know. I think Minnesota might do it.
You said it, Minnesota, like a minute from someone from Minnesota. Minnesota. Yeah, you said it like that. Someone from Minnesota.
Yeah. Either way, man, I'm excited because
the playoffs have been fucking great.
Me personally, I just don't want the Nuggets to win. Yeah. As long as the Nuggets don't win, I am watching this and I'm excited.
But I'm just saying, like, I just if you're not even into sports and stuff, like, dude, the NBA playoffs is some of the greatest times of my life. Every night we get multiple basketball games, dude. Every night we have multiple basketball games, and every game is worth watching, and every team is worth watching, and it's just so fucking good, dude. It's so I'm living the best time of my life right now. It's so good. I'm so excited. I can't wait till the game start tonight. Like I'm hyped. I'm tuned into every game.
Yeah,
dude, it's so much fun.
I had an Uber tonight.
Yeah, I'm watching the games, bro. I'm not. Last night it was so nice to be able to just like lay down and watch the whole entire game, which I was texting Avery and all them about. Like, I was texting Avery, Juwan, and Ant. I was just like, dude, James Harden. I hate James Harden, dude. James Harden sucks, dude. I'm so pissed. Like, Westbrook, I've always liked Westbrook, and like he works so hard and he shows so much effort, and it's just like, dude, James Harden, like, he's always been just lazy player, dude. He's just lazy, and it's just like, dude, what are you doing? You have so much potential. Like, why don't you take over the game? You know what you could do. Why don't you do it? And then he plays with such low effort, and it's just so dude. And then, like, I mean, PJ Tucker, come on, man. That was great.
Bro, last night I was seeing text where he was like, yeah, PJ Tucker for 3.
Like, as soon as he got in the game, I was like, is that PJ Tucker? What the hell? Like, I didn't even know he played.
I thought he retired.
Yeah, I didn't know he played for them. And then when he got in, I was like, oh, it's over. They're putting in there.
And they start to come back.
Yeah, they did start to come back for a little bit.
Stupid, man. But yeah, it was good. I think it's me personally. I think it's going to be Minnesota, and I think the Sixers are going to win this series, and then we're going to lose the next series.
Any team who wins, I think, is going to be like, because I'll be happy with any of these teams winning. The one thing I always hate is when it's like the same teams that win, right? Like where it's the Warriors winning for 4 fucking times, and I'm like, God damn, dude, the Warriors again. Like, I hate this. It's so stupid. There's so many cool teams and so many good players. Like, I want to see someone different pull it off. Like, I think it would be dope to see Minnesota win. I think it would be dope to see, the Knicks win, because the Knicks haven't won in so long. Like, it would be dope to see the Sixers win, because the Sixers, like, just like, it's just like there's so many cool teams like that. If they win, it would be dope. The Thunder, that would be crazy stories. These young guys like doing it. It's just, there's so many good stories. Do Boston, even just like Boston, like I like Jaylen Brown, like I think, and Jalen Turner, and what's the name, the Brown. What's his name?
We call it Jaden Turner. Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum.
And
Jason Tatum,
Jaylen
Jaylen
Brown.
Yeah, fucking getting them mixed up. But yeah.
Jalen Turner is a fighter.
Yeah. I was thinking, that's why.
That's the one that looks like West, right?
And Jason Tatum, yeah.
That's the one that
yeah. So I was combining both of them. But them two, they're fucking dope, bro. I like them a lot. Like, I think that would be dope. So I don't know.
Yeah, dude,
there's some good stuff. There's some good. Bro. Yeah, they're really good, dude.
I watched their game last night, and like, dude, Jason Tatum's their star.
Yeah.
He scored 17 points. I needed him to score 27.
Yeah.
He scored 17 points. Derek White is a role player.
Yeah, Derek White's crazy.
He scored like 35 points.
Yeah, Derek White's crazy. I saw there was a meme where it was the Lionel Messi. He went to the Heat's game and they were saying, "Oh, this is his first game. He's gonna think White is the Michael Jordan of basketball or something like that because he only went to one game. He only went to one game and he went to that game and he's like, dude, this guy's the best basketball player ever. Like,
he's trying to go to the soccer game. He's like, yo, Derek White.
Yeah, have you heard of Derek White? Dude, this guy is crazy. Like,
But the way he's hooping though, he's freaking good, man.
Yeah,
he's freaking good.
It's been wild, bro. But I'm just saying, it's just a good time, bro. Like, even like UFC right now is kind of like it's kind of quiet. There's nothing. I mean, there's a pay-per-view happening this weekend, but that's what I was gonna tell you. So if you guys, sports, blah blah. Anyways, this weekend there's a pay-per-view for UFC. It's UFC 301, right? It's in Brazil. The headline is Alexander Pantoja, who beat our guy Brandon Moreno, right? Versus this guy Steve Ercik, I think his name is. He had a crazy knockout, and like now he's fighting for the championship, and everyone's like, "Who is this guy again?" Like, no one really knows him or cares about him. But I'm going to tell you something about him after the podcast that's funny that will make you maybe show a little more interest. But anyways, that's the main fight, and then there's like some other fights. What's his name? Jose Aldo's coming back, who was the champion back in the day. He was like the king of Rio, returning to Brazil to fight again. So like that's cool, big storyline. But no, it's nothing major. No one like really cares. But yesterday, Alex Pereira, the champion, the GOAT, the guy, that one that everyone knows, the boogeyman of the UFC, he was trying shorts on and stuff for UFC 301. So that means he just beat what's his name? Jamal Hill.
Yeah, Jamal
He
Hill.
just beat Jamal Hill at UFC 300 and might return for UFC 301 in Brazil and defend his title just to fight in Brazil. So if they add him he's from Brazil. So I mean, this is on Saturday. The fight's on Saturday. So today's Thursday. There's no news if he's officially fighting on 301, but there was a video that came out of him trying stuff on yesterday. So they announced out of nowhere, because I know this pay-per-view is not selling. I know no one's buying this pay-per-view except for people in Brazil.
And I think people will pay attention.
Boom, rockets the sales, dude. Like, it's gonna go crazy if Alex Pereira fights at this thing. So I'm checking my Instagram all day today because I think Alex Pereira's gonna fight. I don't know. I don't even know. I think they're just gonna give him someone just so he can do it. He's gonna do what Izzy did.
It's just fucking the biggest not upset.
Another big upset, dude.
Big. What's it called?
Well, the one thing
biggest favorite of all time.
Yeah, but the one thing that I'll say though is, if he does it, obviously, like, yeah, he's gonna come in and everyone's expecting him to come in and just knock this dude out or whoever it may be. But look what happened with Izzy. Izzy he was supposed to fight DDP, and he just wanted to fight, and DDP couldn't fight, so he just fought Sean Strickland and then ended up losing, right? So Alex Pereira, he might take a random fight with some, like, Anthony Smith, who's good, but like not the great, doesn't deserve a title shot right now. He might take that fight and then end up losing to Anthony Smith, and we're like, what the fuck just happened? Like, he didn't need to do that. And in the promo video of him trying on his shorts, they were showing him like punching and taking photographs for UFC 301. So I'm thinking it's real. But when he threw his kick, he was like, and his toe was like taped up, and I think he broke his toe at 300. So I think he's gonna try to fight with a broken toe, which also is another thing that might throw it off. So
you gonna put up money?
If the fight becomes official, I'm picking him to lose, dude. Which is. But then again, he is the boogeyman, so he might just fucking pull it off again. Who knows? But yeah, anyways, it's been crazy.
Dude, that's a lot, bro.
There's a lot going on.
If you made it this far, bro, it's so much in this freaking episode. It's wild.
I'm gonna break this one down. I'm gonna add chapters so that way you guys can go through the chapters and see what we're talking about. And then also I want to make just a video on just our Kendrick Lamar and Drake stuff and put that out as a separate video because I think that needs to be. I think that needs to be studied for all the time. Our breakdown. But it's been good, guys. It's been good. It's a good time. It's a good life. We got playoffs tonight. We got playoffs tomorrow. We got playoffs on Saturday. We got UFC 300 or 301 on Saturday. We got Canelo versus Mongolia on Saturday, or Mongola, whatever his name is, on Saturday. We got Top Golf on Saturday. Me and Avery going to Top Golf on Saturday.
Shout out to Lisa. Lisa, it's her birthday tomorrow.
So
she just invited us to do something tomorrow, but I can't because I'm gonna be Ubered.
I don't know what I'm gonna do, but
I got an Uber, guys. I got an Uber because something happened in. I'm not gonna talk about that.
I really know her. But
we're gonna talk about that.
Oh,
yeah, what? Partly.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah, later. But so guys, it's been fucking great. I hope you guys stuck with us through this whole podcast. I hope you guys are interested in everything we're talking about. If you guys like what we do and what we talk about, and you like us, make sure you guys subscribe. That's the biggest thing. Subscribe. Help us get to 500 subscribers. That's my goal by the end of the year. 500 subscribers. So let's make that happen, please. If you want to support us in any other way, we don't make money off this podcast. It's all free. So if you guys want to donate to our Cashapp. We have a Cashapp. You can donate to that. That's our movie ticket fund. So when we go see movies, we have funds for that. We don't use that money for anything else. Yeah, UFC fund. Yeah, we don't do anything else except for buy like movie tickets or UFC stuff with that money. So, so help support for that, and just so we can talk about it next time on the podcast. And then, like the video, share it, tell someone about it. I don't know, whatever you want to do.
I mean, I guess if they donate, we can shout them out.
Yeah, for sure. If you donate, we'll definitely shout you out.
Yeah, shout you out. We'll put your picture up and be like, this person is the best person in the world.
Yeah, I just want to say we haven't got any donations yet. So if you want to throw something in there.
We got donations from each other.
Yeah, we threw some money in there for ourselves to add to our movie ticket fund. But yeah, throw some money in there. It's the Cashapp sign, or, cash dollar sign above the multiverse. So you know what it is. But yeah, we're going to keep doing our thing. I'm going to keep upgrading the podcast in the studio space. I have some more ideas for how I want to make this better. So just, we're going to get there. So, go with us, evolve with us. This is a ride. It's a Drake and Kendrick beef, dude. We're on this roller coaster right now. So stick with us, and yeah, man. But hey, if you got this far, definitely appreciate you, and hopefully we see you at the next podcast, right? Yep. Until then, we love you guys. It's been Above the Multiverse.
Sheesh.
Sheesh and peace.